Alright, so Jomo, what was the most impressive aspect of the win today?
Probably the most impressive aspect was the fact that we were probably 30 points down. It was through the second quarter, and it probably looked a little bit like we were going to be in a bit of strife. So it was pleasing that the players were able to respond. And half time we spoke about probably the contested ball and the stoppages. They were really getting a lot of value from it. They were hitting the scoreboard. They were able to set up a lot of attacks, and the third quarter was that we actually changed our whole focus and philosophy and went about it differently, and it actually paid dividends for us.
Yeah, and you mentioned at half time the side seemed a little bit in trouble, but they responded beautifully. So do you put that come back down to tactics, or was it just all a mental game?
Oh, you'd like to say tactics, but no, it's look, it was the players. What we spoke about, just to really try and simplify what they needed to do, and we had to stop them at the stoppages because they had the wind in the third quarter, and so just a quick kick from a stoppage just would have put us under pressure. So we actually were able to get first hands on it. So we focused on it. We spoke about running harder to allow us to get more numbers around the contested ball or the loose ball, and we did that, and I guess to a those couple of goals that Sugar Anderson kicked, just at a vital time to be able to kick those from the boundary into the breeze was just great composure, and they were some of the key elements.
Speaking of key forwards, another one, the man of the moment, Lech Featherstone. He just seems to grow with every game he plays. Has he become the most valuable player to this side?
Yeah, look, everyone has to play their role. I think football's become now not like in the days when Gary Ablett could run around and just win the game off his own boot. I think that everyone needs to really be able to play their role, and like there's some players here, just looking at the stats, I thought Nick Linton was probably one of our best players and had 8 possessions, and he just was able to defend really well. And Earl McConnell I felt was one of our best, and only had 12 or 13 possessions, but his tackling was outstanding and his pressure skills. But in terms of being able to hit the scoreboard, Lex become really important to us there. So offensively wise and his ability to be able to catch the ball and turn them into goals has been important the last couple of weeks.
Sturgis and Venditti both lifted in the second half. Is this just another sign of good kids being led by strong leaders?
Yeah, I hope so. I think that when we looked at our leadership group, regardless whether they'd been here 2 or 3 years or whether they'd been here 5 minutes, we just felt that what was important was players who were going to be able to show the right character and to create a really strong football culture and an ethos at a footy club that that's going to stand the test of time. You've got to have quality players, and I think that Daniel had a pretty ordinary first half, and Sturge was solid throughout the game. So I think that both of them really do set the example.
What was your message to the guys after that win?
It was why'd we win? So we tried to focus down on why we won. I think the third quarter was really important. We sort of closed down their ability to be able to hurt us from the stoppages. So we identified that. So that was one message. So we can take a lot out of that. And probably the other message after the win was a couple of other areas we need to get better at. But probably the main message is if we stick to what your role is and everyone plays it and everyone's willing to pressure when they don't have the ball and play their role, then you can get wins where I think we had 10 less inside 50s, and so we were able to still win the game. So I think that that was part of the message. And then obviously with a 6-day turnaround, we've got Footscray this week who I believe are probably the top 2 or 3 sides in the competition.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks.